All right, everybody, welcome back. Looks like we're diving into LLCs in Florida today.
Always a hot topic.
Yeah, you've got pages of notes and questions here. It seems like you're about ready to launch a business.
That's exciting.
Yeah, congrats on that. And you've been looking into all the right things like formation, maintenance, compliance, and all that.
Absolutely. Crucial stuff.
You bet. And we even found this service that might let you form an LLC for free in Florida.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of that.
Yeah, we'll talk more about that later. But first, let's just dig into the basics.
Sounds good.
So, you've got a lot of questions here about what an LLC even is and why they're so popular in Florida.
Well, Florida is a great state to do business in.
Yeah.
It really is. There are a lot of reasons why LLCs are so popular, but I think a big one is this idea of like a shield.
Right.
It's protection between you and your business dealings.
Okay.
So if something goes wrong, like a lawsuit or debt, your personal assets like your house, your car, your savings, those are generally protected.
It's like a wall between
your personal stuff and your business stuff.
That's a great way to put it.
Okay, cool. So that's a big plus. And what about taxes? You mentioned something about that.
Yeah, so in Florida, LLCs can be taxed like partnerships, which can be a big advantage.
Okay, so it's not just about starting business. It's like you're saying protecting yourself legally and financially.
You got it. It's about setting up a strong foundation for your business from the start.
Makes sense.
And when it comes to taxes, Florida's actually pretty flexible with LLCs.
Okay.
They can be taxed as partnerships or sole proprietorships or even S-Corp.
Wow, so many options.
It all depends on how your business is structured and what your goals are.
So choosing the right tax classification is super important.
It really is.
Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. You've also got some questions here about how to actually form an LLC in Florida.
Right.
What are the steps involved?
Well, first you got to pick a name for your LLC, which is trickier than it sounds. It has to be unique, and it has to comply with all of Florida's rules.
Yeah, there's always rule. Always. And then you need to appoint a registered agent.
What's a registered agent?
So a registered agent is basically like your business's official point of contact. They receive legal documents and notices and stuff like that.
Okay, so they have to be someone reliable.
Oh, definitely. You want someone who's available during business hours and who's on top of things.
Okay, so do you have to choose like an actual person or can it be a company?
It can actually be either an individual or a service.
Okay.
But one really important thing is they have to have a physical address in Florida.
I see. So you can't just use like a P.O. box or something.
No, it has to be a real street address.
Okay.
And there are a lot of good registered agent services out there.
Oh, yeah. I've seen ads for those.
Yeah. And some of them offer extra services like mail forwarding.
Interesting.
Even reminders about important deadlines so you don't miss anything.
Okay. We should definitely look into those.
Absolutely.
So you've got your name, you've got your registered agent. What happens next?
Next comes the big one, the Articles of Organization.
Sounds official.
This is the document that lays out your LLC's purpose, its structure, its management, all the details.
Again, where do you file this?
You file it with the Florida Division of Corporations.
And that's where that service we mentioned comes in, right?
That's right. Inc. Authority can help you file your Articles of Organization for free.
Hold on, for free.
For free. They're a really well-respected company that specializes in business formation.
So how does that even work?
Well, they guide you through the whole process.
Okay.
They make sure everything's filled out correctly.
That's amazing, especially for someone just starting out.
It's a huge help, but it is really important to remember that you're ultimately responsible for your LLC's compliance.
Right, so it's a tool, not a replacement for understanding the rules.
Exactly.
Okay, so once your LLC is all set up, then what?
Then the real work begins, keeping everything in good standing.
So what does that entail?
Well, Florida requires LLCs to file an annual report.
More paperwork.
It's not too bad, and you have to pay an annual fee, too.
And what happens if you miss a deadline or something?
Missing deadlines is a big no-no. It can lead to penalties, late fees, even the dissolution of your LLC.
Oh, wow. So you could lose everything.
It's a possibility, so staying on top of things is really important.
Definitely noted.
It's all about being organized and proactive.
So filing reports, paying fees, anything else?
Yes. Keeping accurate records.
Of course.
Things like meeting minutes, financial statements, operating agreements.
Speaking of operating agreements.
Yes.
My notes have a bunch of questions about those.
Okay.
What exactly is an operating agreement?
Think of it like a rule book for your LLC.
Okay.
It outlines how the business will be run, who's responsible for what, how profits and losses are shared, how to add or remove members, all that good stuff.
So does Florida require you to have one?
Florida doesn't legally require it, but it's highly recommended.
Why is that?
Because it can really help prevent misunderstandings and disputes down the line.
So it's like a safety net.
Exactly. It protects you and your partners, if you have any.
Makes sense.
It's like having a clear agreement from the beginning so everyone's on the same page.
So we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
Forming an LLC in Florida seems like a smart move. It can offer protection and tax advantages.
It definitely can.
And it doesn't seem too complicated, especially with services like Inc. Authority to help you get started.
Right. They can really simplify the process.
But as you said, this is just the beginning.
Exactly.
As your business grows, you'll need to stay informed about all the legal stuff and be proactive about compliance.
You got it.
And it's never a bad idea to seek expert advice when you need it.
Never. A good business lawyer can be your best friend.
Well said.
And you know what else is important?
What's that?
Networking, connecting with other entrepreneurs,
Oh, yeah, definitely.
sharing experiences, learning from each other.
That's a great point.
It's all about community and support.
Absolutely. Now, I have one final question for our listener out there. With all this new knowledge about LLCs in Florida, what's one specific aspect of your business idea that might require some extra attention maybe in your operating agreement or when choosing a registered agent?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Something to really ponder as you move forward with building your dream.
Love it.
Thanks for listening, everybody, and good luck with your LLC journey.
Best of luck.